Hey y'all, I honestly just have a couple thoughts on my mind today, and then it just be times I can sit and really think like, do we really truly understand who God is in our lives? Do we understand that He is our keeper? Do we understand that He is our healer? Do we understand that He is the head and not the tail? He is above and not beneath. He is everything that we need and more. Even when we feel like He is not there, He is always there. Even when we feel like He is not listening to us, He is always listening to us. We have to get to a place where we are in a secret place with God and we understand the relationship. A relationship is not always filled with good days. A relationship is not fully filled with bad days. A relationship is a two-way street. It's going to be some good and it's going to be some bad. But once we understand that, we'll stick with God. God is the only relationship that we really have that will get us somewhere. He is the only relationship that we really have that shows us the greatest loyalty we can ever have in this world. We can actually trust God. We can trust man, but man is capable of letting us down. God is perfect. Man is not. Stick with God and understand the relationship. Understand how you have to build a relationship. There have been times in my life where I was so mad at God, I didn't want to talk to Him. And though I still felt like, well, I'm going to church, I'm talking to you, I talk to you when I get to church, I was only talking to Him for probably those 3 hours at church. God wanted more from me. God wanted relationship. So what God did do was I stopped and I slowed down on my attendance with church so that I could build a relationship with God. I started on Sunday mornings, instead of going to church, I started reading the word and listening to preachers on YouTube just to build a relationship with God. I wanted to get out of my routine. I wanted to get out of dressing up. I wanted to leave all of what I thought and knew God was. I wanted to put it down. And then I wanted to pick God back up. When I picked God back up, I picked Him up in my bedroom. I picked Him up in my living room because I was reading the Bible and I was allowing, I can actually say it was Pastor Keon Henderson in Houston, Texas. I was allowing his word and his teaching and everything that he was giving on YouTube to love on me. And that started literally in 2017. And I did that YouTube churching for about until 2019, and I found me a covering of a church, and that was good and that was great and things were fine. And I also am an online member of the Potter's House, Bishop T.D. Jakes Church. So sometimes I will go in person here in my city to the church that I go to, and sometimes I stay at home and I listen to the Potter's House. And I love that because I grew up just going to church 4 to 5 days a week, but not really welcoming God into my home, not really spending time with Him. I was more so just in routine. So now if I'm busy because I work 3 jobs, when I am busy, I know that I don't have to get to the church. That if I don't get there, God is not going to punish me. And I used to feel this way, y'all. I used to feel like if I don't go to church, my week is going to be horrible. When the reality is, if you don't pray to God today, your week is going to be horrible. If you don't pray to God every day you wake up and every night you go to sleep, your week is going to be horrible. So those were things that I had to learn. So I really had to get out of routine so that I could really firmly, genuinely, authentically build a relationship with God. And it all started by reading the Word. I have a Bible that I received when I was 18 years old, graduating from college from a minister at the church and a youth director, him and his wife. I will never forget what they gave me. At that time when I was 18, I really was not, I didn't know what to do with the Bible. I didn't know what to do with the Bible. I didn't know, like, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know where to start. And it took me literally, 5 years later, age 22, because I was pregnant at the age of 22. And I had just graduated college with my undergraduate degree in social work, and I just was a little confused with what life was doing. So I started reading the Word, and I remember the sense of peace that it gave me. But I only read the Word for about 2 weeks, and I, of course, just like a lot of us do, I put the Bible down. I wasn't picking it up. I did not pick my Bible back up after that faithfully until I was probably about 26, 27 years old. So I went about 5 years not having a peace that I felt that 2 weeks I was reading the Bible. I went about 5 years not having that sense of peace because I put it down. And what drove me back to it was I remember how I felt when I was reading it. And I also realized that Satan don't want me to pick this book up. Satan does not want me to read this Bible. And so I had to realize, the Bible is my weapon. Because for those 5 years where I wasn't touching my Bible, I was going through it. I was going through depression and I didn't know how to deal with it. I was dealing with anxiety and panic attacks and I didn't know how to deal with them. I didn't know how to deal with people. I didn't understand them. It was a lot that I needed to learn, and everything that I needed to learn is in that book, the Bible. So once I began to really read it at the age of 27, my feelings got hurt when I started reading that Bible, because when I started reading the Bible, I had a realization and a newfound knowledge when it comes to people. And when you start walking in God and getting in that spirit and getting in that relationship, people fall off. And it'll be people that you love, people that you like, people that you just ain't never trying to let go. You don't really care what they do. I'm not letting him go. I'm not letting her go. I don't care what my cousin do. I don't care what my mama do. I don't care what my auntie do. I don't care what that man do. I love how he makes me feel. I don't want him to go. But let me tell you something. You only can get in that word for so long. You only can read that word for so long and it not change you, and it not change who you are, and it not change your environment, and it not change your mindset. Things are going to change when you get in that word. So I realized Satan hated the day I picked that Bible back up. When I picked that Bible back up, when I tell you Satan wasn't worried about me until I picked that Bible back up. So then we're in a situation where what God said is not looking like what it is, because Satan ain't really worried about folks that ain't fighting life back. He's not really worried about people who aren't trying. You're nothing, like you're doing nothing for the kingdom. You're laying down in your misery, or you're just lazy, or you can't get up. Satan ain't worried about the people. Them people are not a threat to his kingdom. Satan is worried about the people that are trying to rise up. Satan is worried about the people that are trying to, you're trying to get to the other side. You believe that there's another side. Okay. Let me see. Let me test you out. So that is the moment in life where it gets real confusing, because you feel like you are doing everything right. You are reading that word and you are trying to walk with God, and you let Satan come up against me like this. But when you get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into that word, you understand that there is Satan and there is God and there is this plan. And Satan and God both are aware of the plan. Trust and believe that. They both got the blueprint. They both see it. And then there's you, and it's about which way are you going to go? Which way are you going to sway? How are your perspectives going to be? How is your mindset going to be? It's all about you in the middle and how you're moving and how you're feeling. And to stick with God even when Satan is messing with you. Can you stick with God even when God is allowing Satan to form the weapons? But he ain't allowing him to let the weapons prosper. He didn't say that the weapons would prosper. And you got to stay in that book. So no matter how my days feel, no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm going through, I go and I pick up my Bible and I pick up the word of God, because I know, Satan, you can't play with me when I'm in this book. You can't play with me when I'm seeking the knowledge out of this book, when I'm receiving and eating my daily bread day in and day out, because the word says to take in my daily bread in the morning and at night. I take in that daily bread all day. I make time to read that Bible in the morning. I make time to read a passage in the middle of the day. I make time to read a passage around 5 p.m. I make time to read a passage before I go to bed at night. And I have started a routine now. I just put the Bible under the pillow, under one of my pillows, because I got a big old bed and I sleep in the middle and I sleep on the slide. I sleep wherever I want to sleep. I have decided to put the Bible in the bed with me so it can help me control some of these feelings that I have as a single woman. So it can help me control some of these desires that just go on in my head, so that it can help protect my dreams and my sleep. The Bible is my friend, and the Bible is something that keeps me until the very end, and I appreciate it and I love it.